let's take a look now at the switch capability. So the PoLRE switch, the first thing I'm going to highlight is we have enhanced power capabilities found in network grade switches twice the price of the PoLRE switch. It was something that we really focused on, again, from the feedback that we got from our customers, from our partners, and from our industry experts all over the world. Power for the phones was critical, and we really focused on that, as you're going to see in a few moments as far as the capabilities go. But let's take a look at the different capabilities. From a speed perspective, and we're talking about single pair 1200-foot reach using existing Cat 3 type of cabling in a bundle, we're delivering 10 megs of symmetrical Ethernet bandwidth per port on the downlink side, as is the AdTran NetVanta 1535P. So as far as the capabilities, it's pretty neutral. The reach, we're saying 1200 feet, AdTran NetVanta 1535P, 1200 feet. So again, it's neutral. Port options, and this is going to make a lot of sense as we use our example going forward. The PoLRE comes in a 24 or 48 port model. As well, we're coming out with our 8 port model in the summer of 2013. The AdTran NetVanta 1535P only has a 24 port model available. So I think the advantage goes to Phybridge. We have hot swappable power supply in the PoLRE switch. The AdTran NetVanta 1535P does not. We have power sharing capabilities. And what does that mean? Well, multiple switches can be chained together on the back, on the power supplies, to provide a power sharing solution. If we lose a power supply in one of the switches, the other switches will pick up the power from that switch and be able to continue to allow the users to use their devices that are connected to the PoLRE infrastructure. AdTran, no. Load balancing, again, we've got multiple switches. We can share the load amongst those switches on a power capability, again, using that daisy chain cable on the back of the switches on the power supply. If we have higher draw IP devices in our infrastructure, these switches will work together to provide the right amount of power for each of the devices depending on what they're drawing. On the AdTran NetVanta 1535P, that's not the case. And then finally, we look at the power options, AC and DC in the same chassis. Again, from our industry experts, from our partners, from our large customers, AC and DC power is a huge thing, and we put it into the PoLRE switches. AdTran NetVanta 1535P unfortunately doesn't have that capability. And finally, regulatory. It's a Class A device. As I said before, Class A devices are usually designed to be installed in data centers or switch closets away from users. So that's pretty much neutral. But if you look at all of the different options, I think the advantage goes to Phybridge. But you be the judge.